Hello and welcome to Improvement Cloud, a channel based on improving and being aware of yourself. If you clicked on this video, you or someone close to you may be a victim of depression or anxiety. But if you're not sure whether you are suffering from any of the two mood disorders, in this video you'll learn 10 different signs of depression and anxiety to help you detect those conditions at their earliest stage. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Number 10. Loss of interest in things you once enjoyed. We all have things or people we find pleasure in being around or doing. It could be an environment you used to enjoy living in, a delicacy that tasted nice before, or even a friend you love spending time with. However, there are certain times when you realize that you totally don't have an interest in them anymore. Anytime you try being around them or doing them, you feel discomfort and can't pull the energy to handle them. For instance, if you used to work out every evening and spend time with friends at a local pub, then suddenly you find all these things not appealing to you, just realize there is a problem. If this continues for a full week or so and you still can't find interest in what you love doing, it might be a clear sign that you are depressed. Number 9. Trouble sleeping. After a long day of hard work, it is a great pleasure to have a peaceful night to rejuvenate yourself. However, when you're depressed, your sleep habits tend to change radically. You may end up developing insomnia. In this case, you'll realize that you can't fall asleep easily as you used to. But even after falling asleep, you may realize you only sleep for a few hours, contrary to your sleep pattern. It is even saddening that your short period of sleep will be disrupted, causing you to wake up throughout the night. But on the other hand, you may develop oversleeping, a condition called hypersomnia. And the funny thing is that even after sleeping for a long time, like say 11 hours, you still wake up feeling tired. Now, all of these sleep challenges end up affecting your daily activities, lowering your productivity. Number 8. Concentration problems. Human beings have an excellent memory. They can pay attention to what is happening around them and remember most of the activities that happen. Now, when it gets to a point where you cannot focus on anything, make decisions, or remember things, you can be sure depression is slowly eating you up. And if you won't take action to tackle the issue, you may end up even forgetting essential appointments and work-related tasks. This lowers your productivity and you may get laid off from your job, or worse, for failing to attend your appointments and make simple decisions. The good thing is that depression is not a death sentence. You can always go back and correct the situation. Number 7. Changes in appetite and weight. This is another good sign to look for, but sadly, most people don't realize it. Your level of appetite can inform whether you'll gain or lose weight. When depressed, two things are likely to happen to your appetite. You may end up having an increased appetite and gain more weight, or you may end up with a decreased appetite and therefore lose weight. That means that if changes in your eating habits are not intentional, chances are that they are being caused by depression. Research shows that depression can cause a change of over 5% of body weight in just 1 month. However, a study has shown that women are the most affected by this symptom. They end up adding more weight or losing weight when depressed. Number 6. Persistent mood swing. Most people happen to have mood swings sometimes. However, in a situation where you feel uncontrollable emotions and the feeling can't go away for a prolonged period, it might just be an indicator that you are depressed. 1 minute you're filled with anger and the next minute you're crying uncontrollably. Surprisingly, all these mood swings are not even prompted by external factors. Now, when in such low spirits, you may get a feeling of numbness where you totally can't muster up an emotional response to whatever happens to you. It is advisable to talk to friends and relatives when in low moods to seek help or simply cheer up your spirits through them. Hobbies and regular exercises are also some of the common ways you can boost your mood. Number 5. Increased fatigue. As we mentioned at the beginning of this video, depression can cause a lack of interest in things you once enjoyed doing. Part of the reason this happens is because of the fatigue that comes with depression. And even though most people tend to focus on mental and emotional symptoms when we talk of depression, the reality is that depression can also cause physical symptoms, which are similar to other health conditions. Fatigue is characterized by a lack of energy to carry out the activities you love. This kind of fatigue associated with depression does not go away despite getting enough rest. You feel slowed down since everything you look at seems to be moving slowly, yet you don't have enough mental and physical energy to keep up. In fact, this symptom is more vivid to people around you as you tend to appear stuck. Number 4. Irritability. Getting annoyed for a short while when things are not in order is just okay, but when you realize that you're feeling agitated and restless very often to the level of becoming violent, then there's a problem. It is not okay for everything and everyone to appear like they are getting on your nerves. If you find yourself in such a condition, you're probably depressed. You may want to watch for low tolerance levels, short temper, drug abuse, and signs of violence whenever you lose an argument. You may also want to watch for restlessness, where you keep jumping from one thought or action to another without even realizing it. It's even surprising that when depressed, you may end up lashing at a loved one, but later feel guilt for your actions. Number 3, loss of sex drive. Depression can also lead to reduced sex drive, making it difficult for you to get intimate with your partner. When the condition persists, you may even become impotent, causing you to lose your dignity. This is even more challenging if your partner does not understand your condition and why you're no longer intimate with them. You may end up with a broken relationship and become guilty of your condition. A study conducted in 2018 revealed that sexual dysfunction is a common sign of depression. According to the research, about 63% of men interviewed agreed to be suffering from sexual dysfunction. Number 2, feeling guilt, hopelessness, and worthlessness. It's not normal when you start feeling guilt and a sense of hopelessness in life. There is always something to be grateful for. But when you're depressed, negative thoughts bombard your mind and you can't even think of the achievements you've made in life. You think over events and actions that are long gone in the past and feel overwhelmingly guilty over your past life and your current condition. You might even think you're of no value to this world and that nothing will ever get better. It even gets worse when you get to a point of feeling helpless. This eventually triggers low self-esteem and self-loathing, which can greatly affect your productivity. You may even end up isolating yourself because of the guilt that keeps building up inside you. In such conditions, you may find yourself abusing drugs and might close yourself out from society. Number 1, contemplating suicide. Now, this final symptom is a red zone. You might have gone through all or part of the 9 symptoms we've mentioned in this video, but when it comes to contemplating suicide, please seek help immediately. Whether it's you or your friend or family member going through this, run for help. I'm not sure if a normal person would think of taking their own life. I mean, life is so precious, and we all have hope for tomorrow, even dreams to achieve. But when it gets to the level of considering life as meaningless, it means depression has completely taken over you. At such a point, you'll notice someone expressing suicidal thoughts. This can be noticed through the closure of all social media accounts in one sitting, giving away your emergency funds, or even your own properties. If the worst gets to the worst, you'll find such people attempting suicide. So, there you have it, guys. You now know the signs and symptoms of depression and anxiety. Always be on the watch out for any of these signs and symptoms, and maybe you can save yourself or a loved one. Thanks for watching.